Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This time we're on Season 1, Episode 17, titled Turn, Turn, Turn. And boy, was the last one an eventful episode. Oh boy, was it an eventful episode. The hunt for the Clairvoyant was coming up to a nice kind of neat close. The identity of the Clairvoyant was, hinted, was actually, it felt like it was closer to a reveal with like the team actually closing in on it, and Sky giving out like descriptions and names and locations of all the possible candidates. And Sky herself, she was officiated as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, given her own little badge and everything, and given clearance to go through personnel kind of information and security detail and all that sort of stuff. So that was cool, seeing Sky, my baby Sky, finally being a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. That was cool. But we went through what was like a list of ex-index interviewees or ex-index candidates, people with presumed to have like psychic abilities and whatnot, that were interviewed by S.H.I.E.L.D. but were ultimately pushed away. But I think in the end only one of them actually panned out, and that was the Thomas Nash one. So before we get on Thomas Nash, we did see the return of Mike Peterson, but now fully donning the Deathlok identity, physically especially. I think we saw that he had like a new suit of armor, and then the Clairvoyant sent him like a new weapon system in the mail, like an arm bracelet that literally stabbed and pinned into his forearm, and he was firing rockets and shit from it. That was super cool to see, badass. But he had that, and then he disappeared in the end once he actually led the team to the Clairvoyant's location, and we met him. So he was that was Thomas Nash. He was in front of like a dozen or so kind of screens, all looking to be like him, watching through the eyes of the people with the eye tech in them, and we saw like an X-ray vision version of Mike, and we saw that his entire kind of physique had changed. Like he had like half of his skull was made of metal and stuff. So then got like when he was unconscious and recovered from the explosion on the bridge, the Clairvoyant must have tasked some people with actually physically altering him, which must have happened before he got the leg too. So it's all been one slow process of actually building him up to be Deathlok. And even Mike himself, I think, knowing the dangers of actually fighting back against his orders, and knowing the dangers of disobeying, he just kind of exclaimed to Agent Blake that Mike Peterson is dead and this is who he is now. So I do presume that we'll be seeing Mike in the future at some point, and then hopefully like a kind of a resurrection of that version of him, a resurrection of his identity as Mike Peterson is definitely in the cards. So however that goes down, I look forward to seeing it unfold. But yeah, we did meet Thomas Nash, and he was in a wheelchair. I kind of predicted it early on within the video, but before the episode, I think, during the episode actually, but early on in the episode, he might just be some guy in a wheelchair, because I think the place where May and Blake were sent was, I think, like a hospital or like an old people's home or something. And so I figured, maybe he is just like an old guy in a wheelchair. Maybe he just has years of experience doing this stuff, so he's kind of continuing his kind of more sinister life's work and stuff. So yeah, maybe it's just that. But he did end up being in a wheelchair, but he also wasn't able to talk. He was like, he had like a breathing tube or some kind of tube like down his throat, and he was talking through the computer, like typing stuff out, I think. Or like words were showing up on the screen, and like a voice was speaking for him. So after some kind of pulling at the emotional heartstrings of mainly Coulson, but also Ward himself getting caught up in the emotional trauma mix there. Nash teasing stuff happening to Coulson and Sky, and bringing up the past, like Quinn having shot Sky and all that sort of stuff. Like Ward lost his temper to the point of actually shooting Nash point blank in the heart and actually killing him. So that in itself kind of caused a point of controversy among the people of S.H.I.E.L.D. and he was even due for like a psych eval or some kind of like disciplinary action or something to kind of evaluate who he is and where he's at mentally and stuff, and if he's actually good and fit to return to work, or whatever that was. But then Sky and Coulson did some more digging and figured out that, you know, the reason the Clairvoyant knows all of these personal details about them that's been brought up before, him mentioning stuff about Coulson's past to Raina and other stuff that's been happening, is because, you know, the information he has is on S.H.I.E.L.D's database, and literally the only information he doesn't have that he's searching for so desperately is what happened to Coulson after he died, his resurrection, his recovery, all of that stuff, like what happened there. And of course, that is not that is as deep inside of S.H.I.E.L.D's black books as Fury himself could actually get it. That is not available to just any S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. So that's why. So it makes more sense for him to actually be a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, having that kind of clearance to get to the deeper information, but still not getting close enough to the Fury to the information that Fury himself kind of like actually worked so hard to hide. So then I think the suspects came up as Ward, and then it came up as May because her encrypted line was discovered by Fitz. And then the bus was being turned around and headed to HQ, headed to the Triskelion, I think. And then Hand was the one controlling the bus and ordered like a team to actually kill all the agents on board except for Coulson, because she wanted Coulson for herself. So I don't know what's happening. I was warned that the Winter Soldier storyline is coming up in the series now. I did watch the Winter Soldier yesterday. It was easy. It was easy to watch it because it's in my opinion, it's one of the best MCU films out there, and it's in my top 5. I say top 5. I can probably only name like 2 or 3 more, but it's one of my favorite MCU movies, so it was a very easy watch and a very, very nice kind of refresher to catch up and stuff, and just reminded me of how like colossal the whole kind of Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. thing was, and how much how like big it was when it went down. So I am intrigued to see how this stuff all unfolds on the TV show, like how much this changes this, because I mean this is literally called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So you get the gist. You guys all get the gist. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure this is going to be an extra intense kind of episode, so I'm not sure exactly how much I need to prepare, but I am cracking open some beer to help me prepare for this. I don't know if I need to be sober or drunk to be able to process the stuff that happens in this episode, but I'm going to go for the latter. So, episode 17 of season 1, Turn, Turn, Turn. Let's see what they got in store.
Explain why you were tampering with the plane's SAT cable?
Sure, because that's relevant. Don't try and turn this around on me.
He's going to turn it around on you. Okay, he wasn't doing anything bad. He was talking to Gemma.
I was trying to speak to Simmons at the hub.
Yeah.
You did an encrypted line?
Fitz, who is she talking to?
Why?
Fitz, open the door.
Wait, if she's not talking to Fury, Fury is the only one who's meant to know about the drug. If anyone else finds out about the drug in S.H.I.E.L.D., oh shit, Fitzy boy.
Sky, get your laptop.
So what are you working on? Wow. Coulson's team is awfully secretive, even for this organization. Are you hiding something, Agent?
No, I wasn't in a
Because
position.
if you had the means and you didn't use them, that blood is all over your hands too.
They only had 1 vial, and they used it all on Sky. They have no idea what it is, they can't replicate it. What were they meant to do when Agent Blake went down? And the whole place caved in.
But we must keep this between us. Please. I don't want any...
Okay, Trip, I'm trusting you on this, because Gemma's already told you, so I have no choice, but I'm trusting you on this to keep stuff under wraps.
A level 6 clearance.
Coming to you.
Is that a good idea? Oh, ISA? Please tell me that was an ISA. That was an ISA. Okay.
Can you manually wire the gun?
Of course he wouldn't really shoot me.
Bypass our system?
Oh, so they actually do have a weapon system on the bus then. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen them use it.
Pull up, sorry. Hey,
Yeah. Okay, that's cool then.
Here's what he's better not miss.
Oh, that was good. Oh, that was good. Yep, a neat little spin to avoid the rockets. That was good.
S.H.I.E.L.D. 616.
We swore allegiance to each other, and today that loyalty will be tested.
Wait, are they Hydra then?
If you waver, you die.
I have a feeling they're Hydra. Hand is Hydra. Really? Or wait, what? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Out of the shadows.
Out of the shadows, into the light. Is that what the chat is saying? Hydra! Hail Hydra. Hail Hydra. I mean, obviously not Hail Hydra, but Hail Hydra. Hail frickin' Hydra.
And now they're back. Hydra always comes back.
Cut off one head, two more shall take its place.
Is it ahead? I thought.
Although in a German accent, not Russian.
It's ahead.
But it was sent from a shield source.
You're the one who works with the zombie robot back from the dead.
Wait, what? No, Gemma's not Hydra.
Take it.
Oh, he meant Sky.
Kill me with it. I know I can't trust you.
Okay, that's a fair point. Yeah, Trip can handle himself. Gemma will. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Let's see if we can get our friends on the line.
Get Director Fury on the line, or I'll march you out there first.
Come on, May. Now's the time. Wait, but Fury. Wait, how deep into the Winter Soldier is this? Like, what's happened so far?
This is an X110 straight connection to Director Fury's personal line. Where is he?
Director Fury is dead.
Oh, that's how deep into the movies we are. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Okay. So this is the point after Fury's Winter Soldier assassination. Okay. Or attempt.
Drug from Tahiti, sir. All here.
They would be
If Hydra
unstoppable.
is really about to seize this plane,
Yeah.
Like the system.
They would be unstoppable with that kind of info.
Then do it. Scrub the plane clean.
It'll take some time.
We're working on buying you some.
I'm not nearly drunk enough for this episode. Not nearly drunk enough.
Something terrible has happened.
Oh, snap. Oh, good friggity damn it. Are they gonna blow it up? They're gonna blow it up, okay. Is Lola okay? Is Lola okay? If anything happens to Lola, I will take down Hydra myself. Lola seems to be fine, okay. And here she is, Madame Hydra herself. Oh, no, 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 don't kill them, don't kill them. Resist Hydra's will. Resist Hydra's will, please, Gemma. Resist it. Yeah, that's it, that's it. Boom. Yeah, huh? He knows how to use it. My boy Trip is on that thing.
Cross us off.
Wait,
The
what?
number of people I trust is now 7.
I'm sorry,
Where are
what?
we on the roundup?
We're moving all agents below level 5 to East Holding. I have men monitoring microphones.
Wait, that was a test?
And our strike team.
Have stormed the plane. Yes.
That
That
was a test.
their shield.
Very few have passed.
Hand is still shield. Okay. Hand is still shield. That's a very good sign.
Just yet. They may
Okay.
not be Hydra, but your friend closer. He is.
Okay, make it out of this, Ward. Make it out of this, and they can at least prepare for it with a kiss. So, boom, 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 kaboom. There we go. Oh crap. Oh jeez. There we go. Oh yeah. Oof. Oof. Hey, glass. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, yeah, now they're beating the crap out of him. Okay, is he still alive? Did he make it? He made it. He made it.
Who said anything about hacking?
Blow that thing to Kingdom Come. You blow it to hell.
How many more have to suffer?
He never met. Did he meet?
Right after.
What are you driving at?
Yeah, we met him right after
I
Reyna.
said it was so I would lead the Clairvoyant to the cure.
Don't tell me Garrett's the Clairvoyant here. No, Garrett, no, please.
Damn it.
Wait, what?
Fellas. Anytime, boys.
Whoa! Oh wait, those are the Hydra agents, weren't they?
Hail Hydra.
No! No, not Hail Hydra. Why, Garrett?
Those 3 men in your unit. Guess they asked the wrong questions.
Oh, no. Garrett, I liked you. I liked you.
Really? Your services will be required.
You're stronger than this, Fitz. You're a strong man.
You're gonna suffer for what you've done.
That's my boy. That's my fucking boy.
And I plan on being a very big part of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like you, kid.
Wasn't as big as I thought.
Whoa, okay, there's the big one. There's the big one. Boom! Yeah, take him out. Take Garrett out. Yep. Tell me Fitz has an ISA. Tell me Fitz has an... He has a safe space. That's what's important. He has a safe space. Oh yeah, scissor kick that son of a bitch to kingdom come. Boom! There we go. Oh, okay. Good shot. Good shot. Ay, ay, ay. No, come on. Whoa, nice. Oh, sweet. Okay. Okay. No. Garrett is Hydra. Garrett is the only Hydra here. Yeah, Garrett is Hydra.
Everything.
Well, your timing is impeccable. Your timing was impeccable. You manipulative son of a bitch. Yep, even Trip. Yep, Trip finding this out. Yep, Garrett's Hydra ward. Your old SO is Hydra. God, that has to be tough to find out too. That has to be so tough to find out. It's like your old. God.
Captain America has defeated the helicarriers at the Triskelion.
Mm-hmm. Damn right he has.
But his status is unknown.
Recovered by Bucky on the shores.
You're not a friend, but I do believe you're an ally. We need all the allies we can get.
That's a fair point.
What are we planning to do next?
Survive.
Yeah, huh? I feel like it's too late to take the war to Hydra now. Hydra's already, made their ranks and their power very well clear. Very well clear.
You shot the wrong Clairvoyant before. Care to shoot the right one?
Is he really good? He said he wanted to see Garrett suffer. He wanted to see Garrett suffer. Is he actually gonna do it? Wait, what? Wait, what? 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 No. Don't you dare do this to me. Don't you say those words. Don't you say those words. Don't you say those words. Okay, he didn't say that.
Back in a moment. So did I tell you about this one time I was deep undercover?
I'm upset. I'm not even drunk and I'm just upset. I'm just upset. Oh god, let me just finish this. Where the fuck do I start with this shit? Where do I start? Where do I even start? Oh, good. This is the most emotional rollercoaster ride of an episode of this show I've seen so far. This was beyond incredible. This was wowza. That was an emotional rollercoaster ride of an episode. Oh god, I think I might just be on the borderline of drunk right now. Borderline drunk. But wow. This was the right episode to get drunk on. This was the right episode to get drunk on. Okay, so he didn't say the words, but he is allying himself with Garrett. So I'm gonna say, and that death stare at the end of that episode, at the end, right there, that post-credit scene, that death stare has me feeling all kinds of ways. But yeah, this was, wow, I genuinely have no idea where to start. I think this, so Ward is Hydra, really? Ward? Actually, no, I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get to that in just 2 seconds. Okay, so the Hydra thing was explored. I think it's a good thing I actually watched Winter Soldier before jumping into this episode, because I think it was genuinely just like a nice refresher in exactly how stuff went down. Because I remember the first time I watched the Winter Soldier, I was blown off my feet. Like, everything happened so quickly. It was also intense and dramatic, and it was a game changer. in terms of like the way like the lore of the Avengers worked, like them originally starting off as like, you know, like a team funded and controlled pretty much by Shield, but then once Shield broke apart, the Avengers became their own private thing, which would lead into its own issues in Civil War. But yeah, with the Hydra thing, it's just like, I mean, I figured like a show centered around a team of agents, a team of Shield agents, you know, like Agents of Shield, it being in the name, I figured it would take it would take a lot of blowback from this Hydra reveal too. I figured as much. But exactly how impactful this would be, I did not predict or like, you know, oversee, to be completely honest. But yeah, so the Hail Hydra stuff started pretty early on. I think Hand was getting like controlling the bus and sending all the agents and everyone back to the Triskele. I think. Wait, no, at the hub, they were at the hub. Yeah, no, they were at the hub. If they were at the Triskele, they would have actually probably run into Captain America or even Sam Wilson because he was inside. But you know, they were at the hub. So they were calling all of them back to assess whether or not people were Hydra. That's one thing I really want to get out of the way. Han's Hydra test was ingenious. Han's Hydra test was in I mean, is ingenious the right word? Am I using the right word here? I think ingenious. Or it was genius, pretty much. It showed ingenuity. It showed real like innovativeness and real kind of, you know, tactical thinking, pretty much. And like it made sense why she would actually test people for Hydra allegiance first instead of being like Shield, because, you know, Hydra literally made this stand after being inside Shield for so long. There would be like you know, if questionable, I mean, you know, Hydra are pretty much like take no prisoners, have no mercy, pretty much. Like if you don't abide by their laws and their rules, they just off you on the spot. They're not looking to convert people or anything. I mean, they kind of are, but they more or less they're not really looking too much into actually taking prisoners and torturing them into conversion. They're looking for people willing to stand up with them, as opposed to just wasting time trying to convert Shield agents or anything like that. So. And you know, even Han's description of like of a Hydra agent, especially of a Hydra sleeper agent as well, like, you know, being like, you know, oh, this is what Hydra does. They hide in these ranks. They get to know you for years. They befriend you. They earn your trust. They get you to be vulnerable with them. They get you to be open with them. And then, you know, as soon as you hesitate or when the moment's right, in this case, 7 decades later, they actually strike and they show their true colors. So, you know, that description matched up impeccably. Like, thinking about it now, that description matched up impeccably well for Garrett. Him and Coulson go way back. They are very, very old friends. They've gone through a lot together. He's been Coulson has that kind of feeling that he can be vulnerable with him, and, you know, like Garrett is, you know, that kind of person. He was nice and charismatic, and he was, you know, constantly congratulating people and getting along well with them. So that is essentially what a Hydra sleeper agent would have been tasked with doing. Like, you know, like, get to know them, earn their trust, and then, you know, wrap your coils around them and kill them when you get the chance. So yeah, but Han's Hydra test on Simmons and Trip, that one, it was genius. Like her being like, yeah, like her actually pretending to be Hydra in the first place so that she would know. Because, I mean, you know, again, Hydra are waiting to wake up their fellow agents within S.H.I.E.L.D. and to actually recruit the agents already in their ranks. So, you know, she would just have to wait for the right people to say yes, and then she could have her team killing them instead. And then being like, good, you refuse to bend to Hydra's will, you're clearly S.H.I.E.L.D., you're still good with us. So, and if anything, I laughed because it reminded me of, I remember after I watched The Winter Soldier, I watched them when the How It Should Have Ended version came out, like the channel that does like animated like stuff for different movies. When the animated version of that came out, there was a scene where Sam Wilson, where Falcon was going around doing like Hydra tests on people, and he just went up to Rumlow's ear and whispered, Hail Hydra, and he was like, Hail Hydra, he's like, I got you now, and he just flew him up to the sky and dropped him on the ground. Like, it reminded me of that, just going up to someone saying Hail Hydra. If they respond it, they're Hydra. If they don't, I mean, yeah, if they don't, then it's not. But I mean, again, that one was meant to be more comedy, but I think realistically that would have posed more problems, because if you say Hail Hydra first, the other person, on the off chance that they're a SHIELD agent, would probably notice you as Hydra, and then off you, like, kill you off the first chance you get. But then, yeah. And I think with Hand, I think it maybe worked in that sense. It actually worked because she had the manpower to take out Hydra agents. Like, if she actually tried to collect up Hydra agents in like shorter rounds, or maybe just collect them all up into a room and then, you know, confront them in a way that, you know, she still has the higher ground, then she can still give the order to kill them off if they do say Hail Hydra. But Trip and Gemma didn't, and Trip held his own against Hand and her team, being like, you know, you kill us off, we kill one of yours off, that's still one less man for you. But yeah, her Hydra test was good. Like, if you say Hail Hydra, we shoot you. If you don't, then we know you're still on our side. So yeah, Hand, I don't want to discriminate hair colors here, but I mean, as gorgeous as those red tips on her hair, on her hair were, I should say, you know, it was kind of like a bit of an indicator that, you know, she was maybe just a Madame Hydra. I think there actually is a Madame Hydra in the comics, and I know in the Captain America video game that came out after the first Avenger, there was like a villain. I played that, and there was a villainess called Madame Hydra as well, and she had green hair, she wore a green jacket, everything green, which didn't really make sense to me, because Hydra's always had like a red thing, like their leader is literally the Red Skull, so if you went with green, I don't know, maybe, I mean, green looked great on her in the video game, and I'm sure it looks great on her in the comics, but I don't know. But Madame Hydra, as far as I'm concerned, she is an actual villain. She's not just just a Madame Hydra. She's an actual character in the comics. So yeah, but yeah, so the timeline. So I was wondering pretty early on what the timeline of this would be, of the Hydra in the TV show being explored would be in comparison to the movies. And in the movies, I think, you know, I mean, I was wondering, because in this, the Hydra thing was already revealed, and that's like pretty fairly soon, I think, after Fury's assassination. I mean, in the movie, Fury was actually being attacked by cop cars and SWAT teams, even though his armored car's AI said there were no actual dispatches or anything in the area. Like no teams of SWAT or police were actually dispatched to that area. So these guys were clearly acting off the grid and going going according to someone else's orders or their own orders or something. So that's when he figured out SHIELD was compromised, and that's when he went straight to Steve to try and get through to him. And then the Winter Soldier assassination happened, which was when the guy on the phone told May that Fury is dead. So that's when that assassination happened, and they used the tetrodotoxin B, load the pulse. Yeah, I remember all of that. But yes, I mean, if it's after Fury's death, that means well, if it's after Fury's death, I mean, there's no telling exactly how long it is after. I mean, well, no, there is, because it was after Fury's death. I think I'm kind of keeping this together in the sense that it all still happened within the same few days, or at least within the same day. So, like, I mean, you know, news could have reached the movie version of SHIELD, the movie side of SHIELD, much than it reached the TV side of SHIELD. So, you know, different kind of pacing, different kind of, I don't want to say time zones, but for lack of a better term, time zones. But then by the time they got to the hub, by the end of the episode, Han did confirm that Cap actually took down the helicarriers at the Triskelion. So that was by the end of the movie. So by that time in, it's a pretty known fact across SHIELD and pretty much across the world, because that was also when Natasha unleashed unlocked all of SHIELD's private and whatever information onto the internet. She leaked all of that info onto the internet in an effort to expose Hydra. So that stuff might come in pretty soon as well. Like whatever information they've got in terms of agency. I mean, that stuff would that include the GH325? I mean, well, no, I don't know. She leaked all of the data, but like exactly how much clearance would she have had enough clearance to actually to leak that? I mean, because like she found all of the information because she collected it, but the actual leakage couldn't happen without the actual eye scan go ahead from both Pierce and Fury. So the actual leakage of the information, I think couldn't. I mean, or maybe even the accessing of certain information, but again, the overall leakage too couldn't happen without them. So I don't know if that information would actually get unleashed if like Fury would make it that accessible. I mean Natasha's good with computers, so she could probably find something and anything. But then that would kind of make sense because she'd have to go deeper and deeper to find all of Hydra's deepest secrets. So that means she would at least scroll past the information about the GH325. Yeah, because then given how long Hydra's been inside the actual organization alone, let alone the systems and whatnot, she would go deeper and deeper until she'd end up scratching the bottom of the barrel, and then the bottom of the barrel, well, even before she reaches that, would be like that whole kind of like grey / black and white area where the GH325 and Tahiti information would be. So then she might because I think she had no choice in leaking Shield's information, because I think that was just like a given anyway. In the information she collected, like she had to actually unleash all of all of Shield's information, all of Shield's information as well. Because I think even Pierce said she's unleashing all of Hydra's information, but also Shield. So even Natasha's personal history as an assassin would be unleashed. But yeah, so I wonder if the GH325 info would actually be found by her, and if she would actually unknowingly drop that too. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But yeah. So but by this time, Hydra would be fairly completely revealed among those intelligence ranks, and it would be a pretty worldwide known fact. But with Fury dead, by the end of the movie, with Cap taking down the helicarriers of the Triskelion, and effectively taking down the Triskelion too, let's be honest, Fury's back by that time. Fury is back and he's revealed to be alive. Yeah, because again, Natasha needed him two level 9 or level 10 clearance members to do the signature. So Fury would be back by that time, but I think he would still kind of be lying low. I think that's why I think maybe if not by next episode, then maybe not for another couple of episodes. Then Coulson, at least Coulson or May doesn't actually find out that that Fury is still alive. So maybe not for another few episodes does anything happen, and he's still lying low. He went to the cemetery to visit Steve and stuff, and he he said that he was lying low, and he said if anyone asks for Fury, send them to his gravestone. So he was undercover at that point. And with Hydra so open now, and so fully under the control of so fully in control of Shield, he would not be looking to peep out from his manhole cover anytime soon. He would not be. But Maria Hill, I think she was never Hydra. She's good. She's good. She's our friend. She's our friend. She would never be Hydra. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that actually really struck out to me this episode. That idea, especially one of the guys in the beginning, one of Han's team members saying he had a problem because he just didn't know how he didn't know how to feel, he didn't really feel good about shooting the people they once called friends. And that was back when I was still questioning Han's legitimacy as a Shield agent. I thought she was Hydra, but I think that line alone struck out to me a lot too, because for a lot of these people it's and I think it reminds me of Cap's speech from Winter Soldier. Hydra is inside Shield, the strike team is inside Shield, and there are others, but we don't know any more. We don't know how many more are Hydra agents are inside Shield. One of them could even be standing right next to you. So those kind of moments, it just makes me feel how many Shield agents inside Shield would actually be friends with someone for so long, be so close to them, only to find out later that they were Hydra and that they were there to kill them all along. like that kind of thing. It's an emotional, it's an emotional moment, like, and like seeing that final slow motion shot of them actually carting off the Hydra agents and Garrett being the last one. You see Ward, like pre-Hydra reveal, looking all confused, like, wait, why are they walking Ward? Why are they walking Garrett down? And then Trip, knowing about the Hydra reveal and stuff, he just, he's heartbroken. He's yelling, "Go to hell" and stuff. I mean, I very mildly lip read him, so I think he said like stuff like "go to hell" and "burn in hell" to Garrett, and it's I mean, contextually it's understandable to think what he said, but he was heartbroken over it, and Ward was confused, like, what the hell's happening? Like, what the hell? And then like Coulson has to walk him off and be like, "I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you this, but your former SO Garrett is a member of Hydra. He's a Hydra sleeper agent." So yeah, and he had us all hooked for the ride too. Ward had us all hooked for the ride towards the end, like him being like, that man was my friend, I trusted him, he was my SO and all that stuff, and then being like, I want to see him suffer, I want to be the one to turn the key on his cage. Well, he had us all hooked towards the end there. But yeah, that was that. But yeah, I think the Hydra thing. So now, I mean, who is really left of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Because I think in the movies, we saw that in Age of Ultron, Fury actually managed to assemble a team and pull out an actual helicarrier and stuff to actually help the Avengers during the Battle of Sokovia. So that was them. And there was that one guy on the computers who was there during the Winter Soldier, that one guy who actually stood up to Romlo and be like, I'm not doing what you're going to tell me to do. Just, you can kill me if you want, but I'm never going to bow down to Hydra. So he survived and he made it to rejoin S.H.I.E.L.D. And Fitz, my boy Fitz, he had tears in his eyes. He was understandably frightened and just shaken to his core. But he is one of the bravest dudes I've ever seen on TV. He maintained his stance. He stood up to Garrett, being like, you know what? I will pay to watch you suffer, and I will happily be a part of it. I will never bow down to you. I will never bow down to the agenda of Hydra. I'm a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent through and through, and you can kiss my ass. He didn't say that last part, but I mean, internally he likely did. But I mean, he still stood his ground. Even Garrett admired that. Garrett being like, I like this kid. He's strong. He's exactly the kind of material that Hydra needs. And he even did say that, like willingly or unwillingly, like Hydra would need his kind of tech expertise. So he could either make it easy on himself and submit to Hydra's will, or he could go through pain and torture and do what they need him to do anyway. So I think I think in terms of Fitz, they actually had plans for him and stuff, but he stood his ground. So I'm very proud of him for that one. But yeah, and then I think we had that little talk in the closet with Skye and Ward kind of, again, pre-Hydra reveal, Ward being all nice and chivalrous, being like, you give me your ISA, I'll clear the path for you, I'll clear the hallway for you, and being like, if you're still up for that talk and that drink, I'll take you up on it. And then, Skye eventually warming up to him and then, giving him a kiss goodbye before he goes to take down all those men and stuff. So, God friggity damn it. And then by the next episode, they're going to find out that Ward is Hydra as well. So this guy's totally going to regret swapping lips with him, or even touching lips, not swapping lips. But god damn it, this is just so much to take in, so damn much to take in. I know you guys are just being like, yeah, we warned you it would be an emotional rollercoaster ride, let it all sink in. I can't let it sink in, this is all too much for me. But, yeah, this is honestly the most on edge I've been for an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Even afterwards, like, this entire episode I was on edge, like, who's Hydra? Who's going to be revealed? Who's really the good guys and the bad guys here? And even now I'm just like, whoa, I had to wait an entire week for that. That is some horse fuckery. But yeah, so May, I'm going to go back and listen to one of May's lines, because I think I missed out on it a little bit the first time. She said she assembled a team of specialists, but I'm going to go back and recapture that moment. So she said she assembled this team of agents that she has now. She actually studied what was needed. She thought about what was needed, and then she gave the assessment to Fury, and then Fury gave Coulson the resources and stuff needed for his unit. So that was that. So not just specialists, but what was needed? Someone who could repair the body. So repairs. Technician to reprogram it. Tech to reprogram. And a specialist to help put him down. So yeah, so I don't know if that's specifically actually talking about the agents within S.H.I.E.L.D. I think no, actually, yeah, that would be because they didn't account for Skye. They never accounted for Skye. Oh god, it makes sense now. Oh, it all makes sense of May. Oh, it all makes sense now. They never accounted for Skye. They never accounted for needing an hacktivist. She was a last minute addition. She was a consultant originally. So the specialist to help put him down, if need be, that was Ward, the only other person trained in field combat and stuff. So if they need to put him down, Ward to help him. Someone to repair his body. That would be Simmons. She's medically trained, and she deals with like biology and chemistry and all that, like organic matter, and started studying organic matter and stuff like that. And then of course the technician to reprogram the technician to reprogram his brain, that would be Fitz. So she put all of this together and gave the results to Fury, and then Fury handpicked these people, handpicked Ward, Simmons, and Fitz to be a part of the team. And of course, and again, yeah, no one accounted for Skye. No one accounted for the one person who might be able to put the humanity back into Coulson. No one ever, not even May. No one ever accounted. I mean, May be thinking of herself as such a close friend to Coulson that it somehow gave her the authority to do all of this. Never even accounted for someone on the outside, someone from the general public, who might be able to put some humanity back in Coulson. That was always Skye. That was always Skye. She put the humanity back into him. She helped him discover all of these things, and he helped her discover things about herself along the way. But no one ever accounted for that. No one ever accounted for just for someone who is intent on helping people through the spread of information, being there to help Coulson. No one ever accounted for that shit. So yeah, that was the team. Ward helping to put him down if need be. Simmons being around for bodily repairs, and Fitz being around for tech and to reprogram his brain. So yeah, damn. I think knowing what those specific roles now. I think before I just had like specialists written down, but now knowing exactly what the roles were now, that's just May. Yeah, now knowing all of this, and even she knew all about Tahiti. So I think it was once he figured out that GH325 was alien, and he told Skye. That's when May. I think maybe that was when May figured out that that May realized he knew the deeper secrets about Tahiti. But I mean, once they got to, once they got to that desert place that they were holding Coulson at, I think that they kind of they found out that he they were searching his mind for information on how he was brought back and all that stuff. So I don't know if she gathered much from that, or if she realized that his mind was opened to what really happened, or if she even knew about his visit to that doctor. But the first time we saw her reporting back was with Coulson and the GH325 reveal. But, she's been reporting back ever since. So, I don't know if it's a daily report, like if she just reports even if nothing's off, even if he's just going about his business. I mean, that is something that Fury would want to maintain to keep him sane and secure and safe and keep him going about his daily S.H.I.E.L.D. agent business. But I think it does also come into play that, should he ever find out more and more information about all of this stuff going on, then it's a cause for concern, and that is something that May needs to report back to Fury. So it makes sense. But yeah, May was the one who assembled the team all along. May was the one who assembled the team all freaking along. She gave Fury the information needed, and then Fury gave you know, like Fury gave Coulson the team he needed, the people he needed for his team. So it's all down to May. It's all down to May. She's the one. She's the assembler. But that's that. John Garrett being Hydra. Heartbreaking secret. But I mean, okay. So by the end of the episode, we got to the Triskelion thing. So that is way past Sitwell's death. That is way past Sitwell's death. So I mean, maybe word might have reached Garrett. Maybe it wouldn't have. The Winter Soldier actually assassinated Sitwell because he gave up info to Cap about Project Insight and stuff. So I don't know how much. I mean, well, Project Insight was changed at the last minute. They did manage to hack into the helicarriers using the chips and get the helicarriers to fire on each other. So Project Insight was kind of switcherooed in the end. But I'm just curious as to how all of this Shield stuff is actually going to deeply, like, just how deeply it's going to impact this team. Like, because like they're going to go forward not knowing who they can trust, believing that they can't trust anyone, and it's literally just them now. And like, whoa, they're gonna think that they can still trust Ward, and that Hand is still alive and stuff. So that reveal is gonna be a shocker of its own. But yeah, I think it would be a great time for Maria to come in. It would be a great time for Maria to come in and actually show her Shield colors and everything, and be the badass that she is alongside our Shield agents. So that would be fun to see. But damn, you the one thing I'm actually just so shook right now is that you guys weren't wrong. I mean, I never doubted you for a second, but it's like, you know, up until now I just been like, you know, wow, yeah, each episode of this show keeps getting better and better. I'm loving it. All these characters are getting along, and you know, like they've had troubles, but they've been through thick and thin, so they're there for each other. Everything's going all hunky dory, and boom, Hydra's pulled out their mystery card, and now they've been revealed like this. This episode blew me off my feet. It literally, I mean, I'm sitting down and it still blew me off my feet. This episode boggled my mind in ways that I cannot emphasize right now or even explain. I mean, it could partially be down to the alcohol. I thought I might need to get drunk to handle the intensity of this, given that it's, you know, like the things are getting deeper now. So yeah, but I mean, wait. So was he the Clairvoyant? Was Garrett the Clairvoyant? I'm confused on that stuff. I think my mind has been so enshrouded on Hydra stuff this episode, that, you know, the Clairvoyant was like one tiny corner, like thinking like it's just in the back of my head, like, yeah, the Clairvoyant dynamic is still a thing, but they're just trying to figure out who it actually is. So yeah, but I think, was Garrett the Clairvoyant? I mean, I guess the way they described it would make sense. Like, he knew enough about Coulson to actually, you know, like to be able to draw him out like that. But then, you know, I mean, yeah, like it makes sense that he would want like access to Coulson's death information as well, and him even being surprised, like, you know, like exactly what, like him being surprised as to exactly what would happen. And Coulson was right as well. Like, he led like you know, like they needed answers to how Coulson was brought back and what exactly happened. So Coulson led Garrett straight down into that kind of into that mountain range basement place, and actually got the 325. But I mean, granted, Garrett never saw it, but he did still know where the place was being hidden. So I mean, it's buried under, but like ironically enough, it's buried under a mountain of rock. So getting to it won't be easy. But I think he knows where the location is. So I think he might. I don't know if his plan is still somehow to lead a team of Hydra agents there, or what's gonna happen. But he did need that information. So yeah, and I think they made a good point in the beginning of like saying, like, you know, all the information they've collected, all the 084s, the weapons plans, everything they've collected, all the information they collected on the bus would be a gold mine to Hydra, and like especially the stuff about Tahiti, the stuff about the GH325, like they have that information on board. So with that information, Hydra could go digging even further into even deeper databases, and then with that stuff, with those weapons, they would be unstoppable. So it made sense that Garrett was actually so insistent on actually getting to that information. But again, I mean, just like, I mean, I mean, I am assuming that Garrett was the clairvoyant here, but correct me if I'm wrong on that too. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just feels like the clairvoyant should be so much more of a sinister thing, but then handing it down to Garrett would be more like, you know, just like shoehorning in that, as well as the fact that he's Hydra. Like him being Hydra was shocking enough, but then him being the clairvoyant as well, I feel like that would be maybe just a little bit of a shoehorn. But regardless, correct me if I'm wrong on that, or just, you know, just clarify it. Him being the clairvoyant, but yeah, this happened. This all went down. This all went down. God damn it. Wow. Just wow. I think I'm kind of stuck on words now. I have no idea what else to say, what else could be said, what else needs to be said. I don't really know. You know, I think the Hydra stuff has been revealed, so we'll see exactly. I mean, Coulson said their kind of their goal right now is to survive. It's not even to fight back. They have no manpower. They have no allies left. They have no trust anywhere to be found. They have no way of actually safely and strategically fighting back against Hydra. So now it's just stay low, stay under the radar, stay out of Hydra's radar, and just survive against Hydra pretty much. So yeah, I mean, for I think that is one thing I'll say. Like for the show being so focused on the actual agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and how they operate, they did a fantastic job on actually emphasizing the damage that Hydra being inside S.H.I.E.L.D. actually does to them. Like right now, we're not seeing. Like right now, it's like we're seeing the surface level damage pretty much. I mean, it's all being said and done. It's all being said and done. Like, oh, S.H.I.E.L.D. is splintered. We don't know where our friends are. Like all of that stuff is all being said and done. But I think in the coming episodes, we'll see just how fractured and broken S.H.I.E.L.D. is, and just how lonely the team is now. Like just how alone the team is now. Just how little they have to be able to rely on, and like just how lost they are without S.H.I.E.L.D. and without any sense of direction pretty much. So right now it's like, you know, like their one job is to actually stay alive. So yeah, but we'll see exactly what happens to our agents. I think. Yeah, I'm still coming down from my Hydra high. I don't know exactly how to feel. I think I'm not that drunk. I was kidding earlier. I'm not that drunk. I'm still able to think properly. But it's just like, you know, thinking about all of this stuff, all the Hydra stuff is boggling my mind. So, yeah, fantastic episode, amazing tease as to what the Hydra stuff is really going to be all about in the coming episodes, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how everything goes down. I wonder if Agent Blake is Hydra. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, like now I'm just thinking like who else that we know of, who else on the team was Hydra. I think we had Sitwell's dead, Han's dead, Garrett is Hydra. Then we had Blake. I don't know. I think he's hospitalized. I think he's still hospitalized from being like injured by during the fight with Deathlok. But yeah, but this, it's a long battle. And I think I'm just wondering at what point the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be able to kind of converse with the Avengers and know that they still have a team of superheroes in their corner. Like Captain America took down the helicarriers of the Triskelion. He's not Hydra, so you know surely Captain America's friends are not Hydra either. So surely, you know, in some way the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like this team should be able to reach out to the Avengers in some way. Surely. You know, like maybe Cap could even help them out, get them over to the Avengers Tower, give them a safe place to lay low for a while they figure things out. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like that should be in the books, but we'll see exactly how this stuff goes down. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have from this episode. Do I have anything? Like, do I remember anything else? Do I have anything else I need to talk about? The timeline, so pretty much, but I think this episode did a good enough job of actually, you know, I think it did a good enough job in actually introducing Hydra in a sinister way, like having all these S.H.I.E.L.D. agents targeted by hand, but also the communications lines all being jammed and being kind of like taken over by this kind of background noise, like this white noise, and then Sky eventually being able to, you know, decode the message and being like, you know, the message being out of the shadows into the light, like Hydra is ready to come out now. Hydra is actually ready to play now. So in the end, the message being Hydra. And you know, like I think over time they built up that suspense enough that it had a real kind of espionage horror feel to it. Like this organization is now broken down beyond repair. No one knows who to trust. No one knows who to turn to. Hydra is out in the light. They are in power now for the majority, pretty much. And the last remaining SHIELD agents have to find a way to fight to survive. That is pretty much their goal now. So I think in that sense, it was very, very edge of your seat thrillery. Definitely gave me the same, like those same kind of espionage like thriller vibes that Winter Soldier, that the actual film gave me. The film was, you know, like a 90% like edge of your seat kind of film. So this episode alone was very, very kind of tense and emotional. And heartbreaking in places too. So I can only imagine how the rest of these episodes are gonna unfold. So definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, by the end of this episode, they did manage to reach what was the end of the movie as well. Like by the end of the movie, Cap does take down the helicarriers. So that's pretty much by the end of Winter Soldier. So we'll see exactly how stuff goes out from here. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have now. Definitely. So yeah. That was Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Hydra, should I say. Nice work on that little ending logo too, like the actual red skull with the snakes and stuff coming out. And like a new voice, or like not even Coulson's voice, like a new voice saying like, you know, like we'll return in a moment. But yeah, that was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1, Episode 17, titled Turn, Turn, Turn. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is going to come up next for our lone Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys next time.